Okay. I call the October 6th Planning Commission meeting to order. Could we get a roll call, please?
Shonak.
Present.
Beam.
Here.
Siegel.
Present.
Against? Okay. Meetings from September 9th. Is there a motion to approve or amend the minutes for the September 9th meeting?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
City Planner Houston, could you please provide the commission an overview of the item?
Thank you, Chair Beam. Assistant City Planner Brittany Cameron will present this item.
Auto repair as a future use. No public comments have been received to date. Staff suggests the Planning Commission recommend approval to the City Council. The conditional use permit for auto sales in MU3, commercial mixed use.
City Council on a conditional use permit for auto sales in MU3, commercial mixed use at 1335 Center Avenue, and the related findings of fact contingent on the conditions outlined in the packet.
We get a second?
Second.
Commissioners, T. Sorensen on behalf of Tasbury Properties LLC is requesting a conditional use permit for the installation of an on-premise dynamic display sign in the CC Community Commercial Zoning District at 3505 8th Street South. This request is to modify a newly permitted freestanding tenant sign by adding a 16 square foot dynamic display element because the
Please step to the podium.
My name's Beth Donaghy. I have a rental property at 3518 7th Street South. My tenant has chronic migraines, and I'm just making sure that the sign will point north, not south at all, because that kind of light really affects her migraines. 3518 7th Street South.
That's one of the.
Hey, Robin.
Right, it's
Robin,
one of the
this-
Any humming, buzzing, clicking noises that come with this type of sign?
No, that would be one of the conditions which we'd require that they're in compliance with. So no, like humming, no sound can be emitted from the sign, no quick motions, things like that.
Okay. And then I just have two other questions. So if as far as, for example, in the wintertime, when there's snow and there's a lot of reflection off of not only the sign, but even the lights in that general area, is there a concern that this sign would also, as far as have some luminance as far as that would come back towards the south?
Me to address. For the electronic sign, there wouldn't be anything because it's going to be blocked. There'll be another sign face on the back of the freestanding sign to block any light from the electronic sign. I don't. We've already approved the freestanding sign. Was there any lighting elements that like up lighting or was it internally lit? Yes. So the new freestanding sign for the typical commercial tenants will have lighting. It'll be backlit. So there won't be any external light, it'll just be a backlit sign.
Okay. Is there a sign similar to what is the proposed sign for this property that one could go see and observe?
There are multi-tenant signs with DDS signs all over the city. We do have an example sign in the packet. I can show you if the screens are not up yet, but if
Okay.
I can show it if you come over here.
Okay.
And
And then
when you're finished.
I guess, and then my final kind of question again relates to our neighbor. Once as far as this sign is approved for north face, there's not a potential at any future that it will be also dual face or north and south face?
The CUP goes with the land and it gets recorded against the property and it has a list of conditions, and in the conditions it spells out north facing. So the electronic sign is one-sided only, north facing only. So if they attempted to change that, we'd be like, remember you have this permit that says you can only do it on one side, and we would make them remove it.
And if the owner of the sign came back at some point in the future and said, hey, we want to change it to a north and south face as far as we would also be notified as far as to that
Yes,
process?
because that would require, right now, the code is brand new, and one of the reasons we changed the code was to protect residential uses from these types of signs. So the code is what, so, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the code could change, and then maybe then that they could, but under the current code, they could not request to make that change.
Okay.
And the reason I know that for a fact is because normally these types of signs have to be 200 feet away from residential uses. And this sign is not 200 feet away, but the caveat is we'll let you put it 150 feet away from the residential uses if it's blocked by a structure. And the back of this sign is the structure that's going to be blocking that light. So they, people do things, they could possibly do something without a permit, but we notice everything. So we'd be able to catch it, and we would make them remove it.
A sign is pretty obvious. If
Yeah, especially
something was-
those types of signs.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Yes.
thank you. You have something as far as I
Yep,
can?
you can take a look at the packet if you like.
Thank you.
I do have a question.
Please.
Is the size of it, I know you gave the dimensions, but there's a sign already there. Is this similar in size to the sign that's there? Or how much bigger?
So the sign that's already there is being replaced by the new freestanding tenant sign, and this piece, the 16 square foot piece, is just one small element of the entire freestanding sign. So the whole freestanding sign area is 161 square feet, where this element is just 16 square feet. And according to our sign code, they'd be allowed up to 600 square feet of freestanding sign area along that property line, so they'd be well within their allowable limits.
Thank you.
Please.
Well, I'm Kent Brandt. I'm also at the Evergreen Condo Association, 3536 7th Street. Well, a lot of questions are getting answered. The current sign that's there and all the other signs in the neighborhood all kind of have the same height. Is this sign also going to carry the same height as the rest of the signs to kind of carry along the right sight line?
This sign, it looks to be a total height, and I'm not talking about the lit portion. The total sign looks to be 20 feet tall.
Okay, so pretty much what's there
Yeah.
already. Okay, that was my only question. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Are there any other public comments or questions? Okay. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there any more discussion or a motion for the item? And if you need help with the motion, I have that here, so.
I move to approve.
Second?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I think this is our final item for the evening. We have a request of Christensen Companies for the preliminary and final plat for Christensen's first edition. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
For future development. The facility has operated since 1978 until the closure announcement was made in November of 2024. The applicant intends to split the 145 acres by separating the existing plant site and creating two new parcels. The intention for Lot 3 is
Okay. Are there any public comments? It's a lot of public for no comments. Okay. Is there a motion to